Okay, good evening. My name is Luke Thompson, and I am one of the admins and the social media manager here at MediBee. So what I wanted to do tonight is I wanted to jump on quickly. Number one, answer a few questions that you may have about what MediBee is, what we're trying to do, what we're trying to achieve. And number two, if you've got any questions about the company or about the team or anything of that nature, I'd be more than happy to answer those. So to start off with, there's two parts to MediBee. So MediBee, so there's going to be a community app which will be launching soon, and anybody who is in the group will be able to, or on the Facebook page will be able to join that. So in the group now I have about 1,300 members or so. So everybody in the group will be invited to join that community app. We have a few community moderators in there at the moment, which will also be moderators on the app. So if anybody watching would like to be a moderator, and leave a comment below, and I'll reach out and just ask you some questions and things and see if you're the right fit for it. So there'll be the MediBee community app, and then there'll be the MediBee app, which is for medicine withdrawal. So what we mean by that is, for example, if you're on a certain type of drug, the goal is to reduce the dosage and get you off that, and that's what the second app's going to be for. So the community app will launch first. That will launch shortly. And what I would like to do is, if anybody hasn't joined the group yet, there's a link or a button somewhere on the Facebook page. If you click the button and join the group, there's loads of people in there, very, very supportive group, and I'd invite you to become a member. And if anybody here is a member at the moment, then if you comment below, just so I can see how many people's in the group from here. So if anybody's got any questions in regards to what MediBee is, or for me to clarify anything, we will be doing some future lives with the team members. So there are a few of us. And you can visit if you go to the website medibee.me, there's a link on the Facebook page. You'll be able to meet the team, you'll be able to see some more information about what we're doing. Hello there, Kirsty. Hello, how you doing? So are you part of the group? So if you go on the website, what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to see some of the team, what we're developing, and we can go from there. So got a few people jumping in here now. We've got Amanda, NJ, Bethy, I think that's pronounced that. A few guys are part of the group. We appreciate it, and loads of supportive people in there. We're looking for community moderators. We've got Jay in here as well. This is just what is needed. Exactly. So the reason why we started MediBee is there's obviously a problem, isn't there? And that problem is, particularly in this country, so I'm from the UK, some of the team are based in Denmark, but yeah, so definitely there is a problem with mental health here in the UK, and from what I've seen in the group, so I'm going to be transparent, I say I don't personally have any mental health issues, I've never suffered from depression or anything like that, so there's a problem, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to address it. So we don't necessarily think that drugs are always the answer, although they help for some people. I've seen quite a few people in the group, speaking to each other about what works, what doesn't work, and that's been very, very interesting to me. And I appreciate that, Kirsty. I'm glad the group helps you. So what we're trying to do is with the community app as well, we're trying to raise awareness about this particular subject, and drugs, particularly benzos. If any of you have been on that or whatever, that can be quite an addictive drug. And what a lot of people have when coming off is the withdrawal symptoms. So the app that will be coming out later this year, that will be designed to deal with that and help people get off the drugs and hopefully lead a better quality of life. But so upcoming within the next month, it'll be the MediBee community app, which will basically be and available to all the group members. So if you're not in the group yet, if you click the button in the Facebook page and ask to join the group, I will gladly accept you into the group. We've got about 1,300 members in there. There's plenty of people in there. Very, very supportive group. We never have any problems. Absolutely great place to be. And if anybody's got any questions about MediBee or about what we're trying to do or anything that you feel, be sure to comment and I'll answer them in the best way I can. So MediBee. So when I joined MediBee, which would have been probably March, as the social media manager, for me it was about recognising in this country that yes, there is a problem when it comes to mental health. And I mean, I see people around me, people that I know, friends of mine, who have these conditions, and they don't necessarily know where to turn. And I think particularly, again, this is for men and women, there's a stigma not to talk about these things. And I think that it's very, very important that we change that, and ultimately we do talk about them. And then together we can come to a solution. That's part of the reason why we started the group, is to get the conversation going and help as many people as we can. We've got some fantastic people and fantastic moderators in the group, who will assist you in the best way that they can. And ultimately, so that's just the challenge for us. So exactly, Amanda, and that's what we feel as well, and that's what we're trying to change. So as I say, there's two parts to MediBee. There'll be a community app which will launch soon, and there'll be another app for the medicine withdrawal side. So I'd appreciate if you guys share the stream, get some more people in here, and get the message out there. And as I say, later, probably next week or within this month, certainly, we'll have a few other live streams, and we'll bring some of the other team members in. And they can answer some more questions, because some of the team's based in Denmark. I'm waiting my appointment for Barnfield House. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm not sure personally. I'd be interested to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Is how effective is going to see a doctor, or going to see? Does it help in any way, or what do they tend to do? That's what I'm curious about, because I've never suffered with anything, so it's a learning curve to me, seeing what people are writing in the group. Some has gone through the roof. Okay, so what I would say, Jay, is what do the NHS or whoever you see, what do they do about that? Because my challenge is, I'm trying to understand all of this, the thought process, what goes on. I'm on 2 antidepressants and still feel this way. Doctor's very supportive though. Well, that's glad to hear. But what I heard from a lot of people, Amanda, is the fact that doctors and people like that don't tend to necessarily understand. That's what a few people said in the group. So what my challenges has been this last few months is learning all about. I've joined quite a few groups. I've been to see what's going on, and see how we can help at MediBee. So if anybody's not joined the group, I'll say again, if you just click the button on the Facebook page, or I can drop a link in afterwards, you can join the group. There's 1,300 and something people in there. It's growing by about 100 people a day. Plenty of people joining, and the word's starting to get out there. So, diazepam. I'm familiar with diazepam, but I'm not familiar with the other one. And so what type of, I'm curious, Jay, what type of effects do you see from that? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is there any particular side effects? My anxiety and depression causes me daily pain through my body. People don't believe me. Muscles. See, that's interesting, Sarah. Depression. And do you take anything for that, or what's the story with that? Because when I think about my challenge has somebody, I know it's always been an untalked about, antidepressants made me terrified of meds. So I take from your comment, Rosie, that you've previously taken them. And just for the pain and mental health and sort of enterprise. Interesting. And what type of effects do they give you, Amanda? Is it positive for you? Is it negative for you? What's the effects? Because, as I say, for me, it's been learning about how people deal with it. Because everybody deals with it differently. Some people are very open about it, very transparent. Others are a lot more closed off. And that's part of the reason why we made the group, to give people one supportive environment to be able to talk freely and openly. We get a lot of people in the group who like the fact that it's not anonymous. Groggy all day, so I'm on a lot of meds. Okay, so they make you. Do you find, Amanda, that you feel better on them or not taking them or off them? Still waiting for them to get back to be I'll totally waiting for you to wait, but I still wake up in the middle of the night. Snow tunes. Interesting, yes, and the rules. So, what type of symptoms did you get with the withdrawal, Rosie? I'm curious, because later on this year we're actually launching the MediBee app, which will help with drug withdrawal, gently bringing down the dose. Just chills me out, which is okay, but nothing for pain, ibuprofen, paracetamol. If need a bit of avoidance, as can't take too much of them. Interesting, Sarah. And so, do you find, Sarah, that it helps or not? I'm curious to hear. And when you're coming off them, do you get any withdrawal symptoms? Definitely on them for me, but feel issues. There's no real help. There's no real help to talk to someone. Exactly. I think one of the challenges, Amanda, is that people that you may want to speak to don't necessarily understand. So part of the reason I say is creating the group is to allow people to. I just shut that, but it's helped me greatly. But I have no idea how addictive they are. Interesting. So, I'm curious, what type of withdrawal effects do you guys see, and how do you manage those? Is it a case that sometimes that once you start taking certain medications that it's very hard to come off them? I'm curious, because later this year we're launching the MediBee app, which is designed to help deal with drug withdrawal and help people. And we'll also have the MediBee community, so those will work in tandem, if you like. So you'll have the support of the community. We'll still keep the Facebook group and everything. Very, very supportive group on that. But I'm just curious to see. Highly addictive, and I had severe withdrawal to the point I'm back on them. So what type of specific symptoms, Amanda, did you face? And do you think that was down to coming off them too fast? Does there need to be a step down progress with that? Or what do you think needs to be done that could perhaps avoid that or better manage the symptoms, if you like? Hallucinations, palpitations, my anxiety went through the roof. It took me over a year. Feels short and normal. Feels sort of interesting, Rosie. So do you think that you could perhaps benefit from an app that could help you with this? Or I'm curious to see, or did the NHS or whoever offer any support when it came to coming off, or what happened with that? I've got a long comment here from Laura. I really don't want sympathy or pity. I've withdrawn from postal contact because I still feel like I'm to be okay. Maybe now it's time to be diagnosed with somebody's when I was 14, so seriously abused. When I was 14 after my friend died, I was in the 20s. Found it was being only 14 was terrifying. I saw things I can't imagine. Finally found the perfect combination for this. Wow, what a story, Laura. Laura, I'm curious, are you part of the MediBee group yet? Because if you are, you're more than welcome to join. There's plenty of people in there. But it's an interesting story. And so, Laura, from your perspective, just reading your story, how does the different medications make you feel? Does it make you feel better? Does it make you feel worse? Shaking, sweating, weight loss, nausea, man. Body pain feels first stop dose, then have to change. Interesting. So I'm glad you're part of the group, Laura. And what do you think in regards to um, perhaps, do you think there's any way that you could benefit coming off of those medications, or how do you feel about that? I'm curious. So just for some of the new people that have just joined in the live stream, my name is Luke, and I'm the social media manager for MediBee. So you've probably seen us in your Facebook feed. So just wanted to pop on and answer some questions, see if there's any way I can help at all. And I would like everybody in the stream, I would invite everybody in the stream to join the group. So if you go on the Facebook page, you click at the top, there's a visit group button. If you join the group, we'll be able to accept you into the group. There's about 1,300 people in there now. Very, very supportive group. Got some great moderators. MediBee will be launching a community app shortly, which will be very similar to the group, so it'll allow everybody to be as one community, help each other. And then later in the year, we'll be launching the MediBee app, which will help with medicine withdrawal. I got no support. Felt great for 5 years. Now I'm 23. I feel like it was eternity. I watch people with so many regrets. Yeah, interesting, Laura. Where is he? I've got no support. I get no support. Let's try again. And so, from a perspective of support, Rosie, has any been offered to you? Do you prefer to be open about it? Do you prefer to keep it to yourself, or what's your preference? Is the MediBee group helps you at all? I want to go for try something new, but apparently the next step is antipsychotic. Interesting, Laura. Well, what I'm going to do is over the next week, 2 weeks, within this month, I'm going to get some more of the MediBee team onto these live streams. So what we'll be able to do is go over that some more and explain some more. Diagnosed with 530. 9 different members of the group is great. Well, thanks for the feedback, Amanda. We appreciate that, and that's why we created the group. So, do you guys feel better after, or what can, for example, myself, I haven't personally suffered with any of this before. So for me, as an outsider, as it were, what would you say to people in terms of how it feels, or what we can do to get the conversation going, and to make, I guess and to make it understood more, if you like. I'm glad to hear that, Laura. Glad to hear that. So Amanda, I'm curious about your comment just then about the mental health nurse. Do you know if they've experienced any of this before? Because I've been reading a lot in the group, and a lot of you guys seem to be able to relate to one another. A lot of people said it helps them a lot. Say more, but I think it's the group will help, not just being but also the ones who are not alone. Yeah. So, what I would like to say is that nobody's alone. There's always somebody to talk to. So, okay. So I'm not the only one who's in this horrid world. Makes me feel free. Exactly, Laura. So there's loads of people in a similar situation. There's loads of people in the group. I find it well talking to people on the group, to be honest. Interesting, Amanda. That's great to hear. So, and is there any recommendations that you guys would have in terms of the group? Anything that we can do? Anything else that we can do? Or in the Facebook page, would you like to see, and actually I'm curious to your feedback on the Facebook page about the posts and things. Do you want us to mix in some more articles and things? Do you want us to perhaps mix it up a little bit? Have some more, so my plan is to get some more live streams with the MediBee team on. So just got some more people just joined here, so let's give an introduction. So a lot of people probably see MediBee popping up in the news feed, but not exactly sure what we're about. So I've just jumped on today. My name is Luke. and I'm the social media manager for MediBee. And what MediBee, so we have the Facebook group, which anybody who's not joined yet I would invite to. There's a button on the page you can click. Click the button, you'll be taken to the group, asked to join the group, and I'll gladly accept. Introduce yourself, where you're from, and how people can help. So, yeah, so we'll have the MediBee community app launching, along with the MediBee app later in the year, which will be for drug withdrawal, and then we'll have the MediBee community app. I think mixing it up a little. This is very new to me. I find like really helpful and informative. Not to mention the people are great. Thanks, Amanda. We appreciate that. I plan to get on some lives with the MediBee team. Some of them are based in Denmark. I'm lucky to have my friends to speak to, but they saw our support as a little bit of and it's only 18 hours to find it. Yeah, I think, Laura, part of it, everybody has good days and bad days. I have good days and bad days. Interesting. So, yes, we've got a lot of people in the group now, so you're more than welcome to anybody to join the group and see what we do. And then later this month, probably towards next month, what we'll be doing is gently introducing the MediBee app for people to be able to use. Experience really rather some support kind of provided it soon. Yeah, so Bionic. So Nikki, so what we'll be doing is later this year we'll be releasing the MediBee app, which will be for drug withdrawal, allow you to step down and see what. Yeah, I've had terrible pain and depression in the past. And it does, Robert. It definitely needs to learn to share something interesting. So, I mean, any questions that you guys have in terms of things that you want to know, if you just pop it in the group, somebody are more than happy to answer. And I'd appreciate if you guys shared the stream, spread the word a bit. So, from my perspective, when it comes to, and I'm curious to everybody else's thoughts that's just joined. From my perspective, in this country, certainly in the UK, we need to have more of a openness to it, to talking about these things. I think there needs to be a better support structure. Maybe some advice on medications will be helpful. Exactly, Amanda. So that's something that we're looking to introduce as well, because that will relate to the launch of the MediBee app later this year. That's no problem, Rosie. It's my pleasure. No problem, Nikki. My pleasure. So, probably next week I'll get somebody else from MediBee to join in on the live stream, so there'll be two of us who can answer questions that you may have about the upcoming apps in more detail than I can. So I just came on to introduce myself. So my name is Luke, and everything you see on the MediBee Facebook page, we do have an Instagram page as well. So if you go onto Instagram and just search for MediBee, you'll find that as well, and drop us a follow. We post daily. So everything you see, on social media, of the Facebook page, everything to do with the group, that's managed by me. So you'll probably see me about in the group, messaging and things. Suggested the box idea, putting objects such as teddy bear. Someone suggested the box idea, putting in objects such as teddy bear, stress ball, elastic band for your wrist instead of self-harm. So that's interesting, Jay. Stuff like that's interesting to me. And it's anything. I mean, if you have any other suggestions, because some of these as well, somebody asked in the group, I can point them in your direction. Then, interesting. So that's no problem at all. No problem at all. We're glad to help. Thank you for your kind comments. So what I'll do is next week I'll get somebody in from MediBee will be able to answer questions No problem, Laura. I hope you have a good. I have to go. Just got home. Thank you so much. No problem, Laura. So next week I'll get somebody in from MediBee, be able to answer some more questions about the community app and the withdrawal app. In the meantime, if anybody wants to join the group, you're more than welcome to. I just wanted to jump on, introduce myself. I'm Luke, the social media manager at MediBee, and if there's any way at all I can help you, you can either put it in the group, just message me, you name it. Just be more than free to. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll probably do another stream as well, probably in the week sometime, and I'll get somebody else from MediBee in as well. So thanks guys for all your comments and support, and I will speak to you shortly. Thank you very much.